Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Before we get into this update, I just want to make you all aware of some fundamental news that came out yesterday. An executive order was put in place by Donald Trump so that CBDCs cannot play a part in America at least over the next 4 years. So for a coin like Quant, which is trying to implement CBDCs, this is not great news. However, this news is mainly US based. And it doesn't mean other countries will follow and ban CBDCs. Of course, they can still go ahead and implement them. So it's just sort of a downfall in trying to get the American market, which I think is one of the most important markets in the world. Every single crypto is traded against USD. So of course, we want, well, not me personally, but if you're a Quant holder and you want CBDCs and you're holding it for CBDCs, then, that's a downfall. However, the chart itself is not screaming for it to go down. The chart itself is actually accumulating, getting ready for its next move up. So it's not like a final nail in the coffin. I just have to make you guys aware. I'm not a holder of Quant. I'm just making these video updates because I'm being asked to do so. And why not if I have the ability? So with this current resistance up over here, this is what stopped Quant from trading higher, $120 to $123. Breaking this resistance will lead to a move back up to $160. So this would be the upcoming resistance beyond this breakout. So we could start trending and trading between these two levels, eventually this becoming support. And so once we see 120, 123 flipped in support, we must see 160 broken. That will initiate a move up back to a price we haven't seen since 2022. Now, if you remember all the way back there in 2022, when I was actually making Quant videos, I was telling everyone to get out. No matter, no worries. Anyways, in the end, we can see it's still trading lower than that. Doesn't matter because once you break these two levels, we're getting back up there. But yeah, if you were following me from back then, that was an area where I was saying we should be exiting Quant. Now, beyond that point, I do see Quant traveling up to the previous all-time high, $400. I just don't have a time frame on it, guys. So I think for the next altcoin run-up, at least I can say it should target $200. I think that makes sense from here. What would this be? A move of around 100%. That makes sense in a next pump. That's really on average what coins were doing back in November. In November's pump, they were on average doing 100%. Now there were other coins doing 300, 400%, of course. But I think for a coin that's been bullish since November, percentage-wise, it's moved up 200%. So it's done more than on average what the rest did, which was roughly 100. It dumped around 45%, so similar to most of the market. It's currently down 34%, so not too bad in terms of the gains it needs to do to get back to where it was, a 50% gain until we get a new local high. I'm trying to break that 2022 high, $222, let's just call it. So that's all you're simply waiting for. I think it will continue to be bullish, but of course, a negative fundamental news event yesterday, if Quant is trying to implement CBDCs in America, it does seem unlikely, at least over the next 4 years, as it's now illegal / banned. So their hope is, of course, other countries, other markets. I just think the US market is super important. So for that reason, whether you like what I'm about to say or not, doesn't matter. I'm just literally black and white facts. I think the US-based coins will continue to dominate. And if this is not in line with what America wants, then it shouldn't perform the best. Doesn't mean it can't perform, because obviously from the bottom, back in November, it has pumped 200%. It's only down 33%. So only needs a 50% move to get to a new high. I'm more than certain that can happen. I'm more than certain we'll see Quant at $220 and back at its previous all-time high. Time frame, not entirely sure. I definitely think it can get back to $200 on its next run up, and that's where we could see another consolidation / correction sort of similar to what we're getting today. And maybe at that point, it's 150 to 170 that does actually flip into support to create a bottom like what we're seeing down over here. So maybe a run up like this, and then an accumulation range before continuation higher into the previous all-time high. Thank you so much for giving your time today. If you want to get educated, use the links down below: ebook, mentorship, group, Discord community. I have so many other students in there sharing their views and thoughts. So it's not just a community where I'm giving my opinions. There's so many well-educated people in there as well. Use the links down below if you want to join those group live streams I do also in there. You can also find my Twitter link down below. So I'll see you over on the other socials. Cheers, everyone.